Nityanandam. Hi, this is Ma Nitya Oviananda. Today I want to talk to you about Kundalini Awakening because it's a huge part of the Inner Awakening program as well as the Manifesting Shaktis and the Mahasadashivoham program that's happening this December here at the Bengaluru Adinam. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because there's been some gurus, so-called gurus, I have to say, who are telling people that they should not have their Kundalini awakened, that it's dangerous. It's dangerous for them, and it's not even a permanent thing. This is what they're telling people. First of all, your Kundalini is inside every single one of us. So how can it be bad? How can it be wrong? And how can it not be or should not be awakened if it's part of us? Just like how we're only using a few % of our brain, why aren't we using more of our brain? Did you ever think of that? It's not that we're not meant to, but it's because over the years and centuries it's been shut down. The same thing with these people who claim to be spiritual leaders, especially Hindu spiritual leaders, telling their disciples that Kundalini should not be awakened, when Kundalini is actually the fundamental element in enlightenment. Without Kundalini awakening, you cannot get enlightened. And what is Hinduism based in? Hinduism is based on liberation, on Jivan Mukti, finding the divine, connecting with the divine and understanding that you are that. Enlightenment, that is what Hinduism is about. So how can you tell people that they should not have a Kundalini awakening and that it's dangerous? What kind of brainwashing is that? That's like telling somebody, you don't want to breathe fresh air because it's bad for you. I mean, it's that ridiculous. It's a fundamental of life, especially for Hindus, and it's disgusting that somebody who goes around and parades as a leader of Hinduism would say such a thing, especially to their disciples who are in a listening space to them, who want to know what they have to say, and they trust this person or persons. They trust them with what information they're giving. And to give such a blatantly false, totally offline, completely lying to the people, basically lying to their very devotees. And it's not only that, it's poisoning them. It's poisoning them about the very foundation of India, the very foundation of Hinduism. Why was yoga created? Pranayama. All of the different teachings and scriptures and temples themselves were built so that people can have the experience, connecting with the divine. And what happens? The Kundalini is awakened, because that is the component in us, the God particle. That is the part of us that connects us. That is the spark that's been given to us at birth so that we remember who we are. That helps us, propels us forward to reach that space of self-realization. So if you ever hear somebody tell you Kundalini awakening is dangerous, yeah, awakened by you, it's dangerous. So-called Mr. Guru Ji. It's dangerous if you awaken it because you apparently don't even know anything about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be lying to people in that way. So go to a legitimate guru and get it awakened by that person. For instance, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nityananda. Because he's not just awakening people's Kundalini, but once he does, he's taking on the responsibility of you and making sure that everything is copacetic. He's allowing what happens need to happen. So you need to understand that. You can read about the great masters like Muktananda and how he had his Kundalini awakening. And he was on his own in a hut, experiencing all these things and not understanding at all what even was going on to him until he realized it was Kundalini awakening. Such a great Swami, such a great individual like him, such a great being. And look at what he had to go through, because he had to go through that for whatever reason his guru wanted him to do it that way. But we have the benefit of Swamiji guiding us through the process. So we're not having any kind of scary incidences because there's none to have. Now, if you get it awakened through drugs or some other weird thing, or through some Guruji who doesn't know what they're talking about, then yeah, it can be harmful. Why? Because they're not giving you the spiritual truth in which you can have the understandings of what's going on and have the maturity to understand what's going on. And also having a clean system. If you're going to have a Kundalini awakening and still continue to drink alcohol and smoke marijuana or do drugs, yeah, it's dangerous. Of course, anything's dangerous if you do those things. Driving a car, walking down the street, it's dangerous in that way. But the Guru is there for the right context, to give you the right context of what Kundalini awakening is and what is happening in your system and what are the spiritual truths. And all of those things are all encompassing. So it is completely 100% safe, foolproof, and time-tested by the Hindu tradition. And when you go to a real life, legitimate guru, pick one, find one, they're there, then it's safe because it's meant to be. It's yours. It's your body and it's your energy. And it's only lying dormant now. And it is meant to be awakened. With the awakening of your Kundalini, this is how you manifest your life. This is how you get healing. This is how you keep your body healthy from getting any diseases. Because it clears out any blockages in your energetic system. And when you have blockages in your energetic system, that is what causes disease. Don't be fooled. This is what it is. So I just wanted to share that with you because it's very important. You should know these things. You should not be lied to anymore. And you should try to understand what is actually part of your body and part of you. It's your right to know. So thank you again for listening today. Please listen to this a couple times. Understand what's happening. And there's many different videos by Swamiji. I'll include here. You can watch a couple and get more of an understanding of the beautiful Kundalini Shakti who lives with us, propels us, makes our life beautiful and complete, allows us to manifest our realities and what we want. She is with us and she guides us. And it's such a blessing and a gift to have Kundalini awakening. And anybody that tells you differently, run away very quickly and don't look back. Thanks very much for watching. Nityanandam.